And up pops Reuters from July the 1st, 2020, saying, fact check, the Mayor of London did not say Sharia law is being imposed in London. Let me read some of it to you. Social media users are sharing a quote attributed to the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, implying that Sharia law is being implemented in London. This claim is false. The Mayor of London's press office has confirmed that the quote, which misspells Sharia, is fabricated. Posts showing the quote alongside a picture of Khan have hundreds of shares on Facebook, including you, I imagine, right? The quote attributed to Khan reads, "We are trialling Shakira law in 3 of London's boroughs right now. We will then roll it out in the remaining 30 next year."
Correct.
I mean, it's illiterate, James.
We are trialing Shakira law in 3 London boroughs. That is an actual quote, misspelled Shakira, from a viral social media graphic that a caller named James took as gospel. He called into LBC to argue that Nigel Farage represents British values, and when pushed to explain what he meant, he claimed London Mayor Sadiq Khan was actively imposing Islamic law on the capital. What follows is one of the clearest demonstrations of how online anti-Muslim outrage operates. James O'Brien does not just debate the caller. He conducts a live, real-time fact check that pulls back the curtain on how easily fabricated far-right memes become political conviction. If you care about real receipts over outrage bait, hit that subscribe button. I'm Neel. This is The Honest Perspective. Truth over access, people over profits. Let's get into it.
Because I imagine he would have very great troubles introducing it.
Well, that would be one answer to the question. The more obvious one is that he's got absolutely no desire to do so whatsoever, which is the point at which you proved to me that he does.
It was a post that was going around social media, which had a quote alongside of Sadiq Khan saying that he quoted that they are trialling the law in 3 of London's boroughs right now.
Yeah,
and they will roll it out in the remaining 30 years.
What research did you do into that social media post?
It was on the Daily Mail.
No, but what checks did you do on it?
Well, how can you check something when?
Right, do you want me to show you?
Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, which I promise you isn't patronising. But do you know what Reuters is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so an internationally respected news organisation.
Yep.
So while I've never heard this claim about Sadiq Khan before. I'm 99.999% confident that it's complete rollocks, right? And the only time I ever hear things like this is when people tell me that Nigel Farage defends British values, and I push them for some proof. I push for some proof or some evidence or some explanation. And you tell me that, for example, Sadiq Khan, I don't know what this has got to do with Nigel Farage, but hang on, because I'm just teaching you how to do fact checks. All right? So you tell me that the Mayor of London wants Sharia law to be imposed in London, and you mention a social media meme or quote, and I can find while talking to you, this isn't the BBC, I've done it all myself while talking to you. In fact, people watching on YouTube will be able to watch the process of me just simply Googling a few of the words you've said in this conversation. And up pops Reuters from July the 1st, 2020, saying, fact check, the Mayor of London did not say Sharia law is being imposed in London. Let me read some of it to you. Social media users are sharing a quote attributed to the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, implying that Sharia law is being implemented in London. This claim is false. The Mayor of London's press office has confirmed that the quote, which misspells Sharia, is fabricated. Posts showing the quote alongside a picture of Khan have hundreds of shares on Facebook, including you, I imagine, right? The quote attributed to Khan reads, "We are trialling Shakira law in 3 of London's boroughs right now. We will then roll it out in the remaining 30 next year."
Correct.
I mean, it's illiterate, James.
What? So you're saying that was on Reuters that I was proved to be wrong?
And it's false.
Okay, well, I'll do what politicians can't do and accept that.
But look how much you've built on it.
Notice what just happened. The caller literally admitted on live radio that his core premise was based on an illiterate, fabricated internet hoax. Most people would pause, reconsider where they get their news, and take a breath. But watch what happens next. Pay attention to how the caller reacts the second his main premise evaporates into thin air. He doesn't change his mind. He shifts the goalposts. Let's look at the second half.
But equally, that still doesn't change my opinion of that. When you're asking me about the British values, there still is a lot of talk about Sharia law.
Right. Well, there's a lot of talk about, I don't know, anti-vax rhetoric.
Correct.
There's a lot of talk about lots of things. That's freedom of speech, isn't it?
It is freedom of speech.
But you're not opposed to freedom of speech because you're in favour of British values.
Absolutely.
But not all speech should be free.
No, there's a difference. Freedom of speech seems to be one-sided, very one-sided.
Okay, so who doesn't have freedom of speech then?
I'd probably say the white working class man.
What do you want to say that you can't say? You can say it to me, I promise. I'll protect you.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, how do you know that I'm white? You've just assumed that there.
Okay, are you?
I am, yes. But
okay. Well, let's carry on then. What's the thing you can't say that you wish you could?
No, what I'm saying is, when you're on about British values.
No, that was you. I'm waiting for you to tell me what they are. I'm not going on about them.
No, but you were asking me, and then you're saying in terms of how it's not sort of getting out there and freedom of speech. Well, how come? And I'm not a Tommy Robinson fan, but the media was reporting that there was only.
Why aren't you a Tommy Robinson fan?
I mean, I agree with some of his points, but the way that he goes about it, it probably doesn't help.
What points do you agree with?
That we're losing societies.
But we've just established that your main reason for being fearful of Islam is completely false.
I never said that was my main concern.
What's your main concern then?
My main concern is that we, as working class British citizens, are losing a lot of our.
Lots of working class British citizens are Muslim.
And I haven't said anything against that. You're spinning words.
I'm not. I'm just saying, how can you be talking about Muslims and working class British people as if they're different? As if they're different.
That line right there is the entire psychological core of modern reactionism. That still doesn't change my opinion. Think about what we just witnessed. Caller James built his entire thesis about Nigel Farage, Sadiq Khan, and British values on a claim he believed was factual. The host pulled up the exact article, showed him it was a total fabrication, a viral hoax misspelling Sharia as Shakira, and the caller acknowledged it was fake. But his underlying belief didn't move a single millimeter. This isn't an isolated incident with one caller on a talk radio show. This exact mechanism is driving mainstream political discourse across the West. When you look at social media data, Islamophobic posts and fabricated claims targeting figures like Sadiq Khan don't just happen by accident. Independent analysis from watchdog groups shows that fake quotes accusing public figures of secretly implementing religious laws are systematically engineered to feed an outrage economy. They rely on the fact that most people won't do a 3-second Google search to check if a claim is real. And when those claims are debunked, the bad faith actors don't apologize. They pivot. Notice how quickly James moved from Sadiq Khan is introducing Sharia law to, well, white working class men aren't allowed to speak, to bring up Tommy Robinson. It's a classic deflection tactic. When the receipt collapses, retreat to grievances about censorship. Now, on this channel, we hold our side accountable too when the facts demand it. If a progressive figure spreads a fabricated quote or a misattributed statistic, we call it out. The integrity of political commentary rests entirely on whether your evidence is real. When political movements rely on fake graphics and illiterate hoaxes to justify their hostility toward minority groups, they aren't defending British values or free speech. They are laundering bigotry through misinformation. If you believe in holding public rhetoric to basic standards of truth and verification, subscribe to The Honest Perspective. I'm Neel. Real receipts, real accountability. That's The Honest Perspective, and that's where I'll leave you.